What is going on, people? Today we're gonna go ahead and go over the Crimson mains that I was able to get. I want to say this was 2 or 3 weeks ago, so it's been a minute now. But I usually also wait until I have about 11 or 12,000 chests. But this time around, I was a little impatient, and I did it when I was at 9,000. Now I think originally I was at like 9,130 something, so I just used up enough chests to get it down to an even and nice 9,000 number. I was also able to get a gold halo and a couple of purple halos with the extra chests that you get, so I wanted to go ahead and include it there. But yeah, and this one, I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to get anything that I necessarily needed, because all my 5-piece champ set is already pretty much done. So now I start my grind into the faith, at least the first faith. Now, I was never gonna get enough to finish one faith with this, unless I just got like insane drops. But my faith should be done in roughly, I want to say in about a month, give or take. The first faith should be done to mythic, so I can't wait for that. But in the meantime, of course, you guys know that you need 14 gold mains to get it to gold. And let's not forget also that you got to get it to blue, green, purple, and all of that adds up. So you need to get like 5 gold mains before you can even worry about the 14 to get it to gold, and then the other 14 to get it to mythic. So it's a long road. It's a long road, but I might as well just go ahead and start that path. I think with the setup that I have right now, since I have the infantry and range main head, there's a nice legendary crimson main. Those are always really exciting to get. So yeah, since I have the champion blade, and then I got the cav helm, the range armor, and the infantry boots, and then I got the inf calf offhand. I think as far as the accessories, the way I'm gonna go about it is I'm probably gonna go 2 faiths and a valor, but I may also just go 3 faiths. I'm not really exactly sure how I want to do it, because since I have the champion blade and then I have the ranged chest, if I want to go for a 4-4, for instance, then going 3 faiths would be fine. But if I go Valor, then it might give me a little bit more wiggle room. So I'm not really sure. But either way, after I finish my three faiths, or 2 faiths and a Valor, I'm gonna be working on the legs as well. And then maybe that'll give me some more stats to work with. That way I can have a decent 4-4-2, 4-2-4, hell, maybe even a 4-3-3, etc. So, but like I said, this is way down the line. Probably like 6 months or so before I can even talk about finishing all of this. But little by little is what I would say with this stuff. And I've learned that, like I mentioned before in the champion chest, for me, this is obviously just a preference thing, because like I say, the drop rate is the drop rate. But I feel better when I'm opening a lot of chests over like less than 2,000 that you'd get in one big what is it called, Rising Champion. Yeah, so it's better for me to accumulate quite a few, whether I just buy the 20 pack or the 2050, or I go, the 5, 20, 50, 70. Once I get to a decent amount of chests where I know that it's going to be highly likely that I get at least a couple of gold, I feel like it's better than opening up 2,000 and then getting no gold drops, and then all of a sudden you feel like you just wasted your money. Of course, somebody will make the argument that you are anyways, so, but to each their own, obviously. But there is one drop, and here it is. 2 legendary crimson mains. Not only that, I'm able to pull our rare as well. This is something that you do not see every day. 2 legendary crimson mains. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, is this happening? Is this real? I was in shock. So this is my third gold drop, because remember I did get another gold drop earlier, and that now we have these two, so that's 3 legendary mains just off of drops, not taking into account the commons, the uncommons, and all of that. Also, any sort of like legendary jewel that I get now, or all the jewels that will wind up being an extra legendary, now I'm kind of trying to see where it would fit in extra gear, because I don't really have much use for the champion jewels. Maybe once I get the faith, I'll be able to have an extra jewel for that, and that way I can keep some of it on the cups. But either way, like, I don't know. It's funny that I need a champion jewels, and I think champion jewels is definitely the rarest drop of them all from this. And now I'm just kind of like, I mean, they're nice to have. They're always nice to have, because you can stick them in your speed gear, you can stick them in your monster hunting gear. There's another legendary gold drop. That's 4 legendary mains just off of drops. I just want to mention that, just off of drops, 4. So I was already feeling like, okay, this was definitely worth it, because after all that, you start adding up the blues and the greens and the purples. Oh man, this is probably one of the best. 9,000 already, 4 legendary drops, and we are what, like halfway there? Yeah, I would say that was definitely a nice little lucky stretch there. But yeah, like I was mentioning with the champion jewels, it's funny that I have more champion jewels now than I have gargantua jewels. That goes to show you just how freaking rare gargantua jewels have become. It's literally like, I just don't understand why I've always had such a hard time with gargantua jewels. Terror jewels, worm jewels, all those other jewels I'm already fine and dandy with, no problem. But when it comes with the gargantua, I don't know. I freaking hate gargantua. I'll probably need to do like a couple more buses in order to get the last couple of jewels that I need. Because I technically only need 1, but it's been so elusive. It's so stupid. And also my energy, I'm almost out of energy, because I've been hunting level 5s every day for the last like 2 months, just to get the extra chest for the Saint Seiya event, which coincidentally, if you're watching this and you have already forgotten that the Saint Seiya shop is gone tomorrow, make sure that you buy everything that you can before it goes away, because IGG has already even sent a mail out letting you know, like, hey, this thing is going away, you better use everything that you have now. That was a nice little drop too. A purple, a blue, couple greens. Yeah, not bad at all. I'll take purples any day. But yeah, the Saint Seiya, I don't really know how to feel about the Saint Seiya event. Like, obviously they included a lot of really good stuff. Like, the skin was pretty much free to play, the boots were nice, there's carpets as well, and then all the extra like event only things. The only gripe that I would say kind of sucked about the event was the hero was a bit of a letdown. Like, it was. And some people might misconstrue that as saying that I think the hero is bad. And the hero's definitely not bad. I would not classify the hero as a bad hero. But considering the amount of medals that you need to be able to get it from the shop, and the actual cost, if you weren't just gonna get it from the shop, and you just get it from the actual pack itself, and then you actually see what he brings to the table, he doesn't really bring much to monster hunting. In Colosseum, he's useful, but definitely not like a top tier or even next to top tier hero. He's average at best. At best. I feel like free-to-play players will definitely find a home for him, even if he is silver or green. So if you are free-to-play, at least that'll give you another hero to work with for Colosseum. But if you're trying to like max him out and seeing how he does in Colosseum, he's an average hero at best in Colosseum. And then of course, for Infantry Blast is where he finds most of his usefulness. But if you already have Grim Wolf, at gold and Twilight Priestess at gold, then you more than likely didn't even need him for that. So yeah, I really, you know what would have made it more, I guess more memorable or more useful is for him to be a copy, instead of Grimwolf, a copy of Twilight Priestess. Because if you think about it, they both would kind of fall in the same category. In Colosseum, Twilight Priestess is good. I'd even say that she's above average if you use her correctly. And there's another legendary drop, so that's 5 legendary drops just off of just legendaries, not even putting everything else together. So the Crimson mains definitely treated me well. But yeah, with the Twilight Priestess, I feel like she's above average in Colosseum, which I think she's better than him in Colosseum in general. And in Monster Hunting, she actually has become more useful with some of the new heroes that have come out. Or not heroes, the new monsters. For Monster Hunting, she has become very, very useful as a magic tank, if you will. That's kind of like an assassin that jumps behind. The first one that kind of comes to mind is the Gorilla. And then there's a couple of others that she's really useful for. And then, of course, she's the best infantry hero outside of the 11k for infantry blast. So if Saint Seiya would have mimicked her a little bit more, if his ultimate would have done a little bit more damage, it would have made him more viable for Colosseum, and then also for Monster Hunting maybe. And then of course you would want him for your infantry blast, but where it stands, he's just average. He's an average hero. So out of everything, out of the shop, I feel like that's probably the most disappointing thing, just because he would cost you so much to get just from the event. It's almost pretty much impossible, and he's not that great. So if we do have an event like this, because I would imagine that IGG is kind of trying this out to see how it goes, and if they would do another one, I would hope that if there is another hero like this, that IGG would make them more relevant, because yeah, Saint Seiya was a little bit of a letdown, to say the least. But like I said, one more day, claim everything that you need, make sure that you use up everything before tomorrow's reset, because if not, you're just not gonna get to use it. So now that we come in here to the end of all of these 9,000 chests, we're gonna go ahead and see exactly where we end off. Remember, I've pulled 5 legendary mains, and I didn't even keep count of the purples or the blues and all those other drops. So it's gonna be really interesting to see here. So now I go back and check and see what exactly we have. And here's the Champion Faith, what I'm trying to build. Remember, we started with like 2 gold, I believe it was. Yeah, so now we're at 14 out of 14. But of course, I still need to build it to purple at least to get it. So gold, Faith, pretty soon. Mythic next month, hopefully. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And until later. Bye!